Hi friends, Tony DeWitt here, Missouri appellate attorney and a guy who likes to make the law make sense on YouTube. Here's what we're discussing today. February has been an interesting month for me. First, my wife got sick. We got her all better. Then I got sick. We got me all better. And then yesterday, because we wanted to get out of the house because it was kind of gloomy and rainy outside, we decided we would go to Costco in Montgomery. So to get to Montgomery from where we are in Auburn today, we basically drive down I-85 south and get off at exit 11, go to the Costco. So we go down there and we buy all kinds of stuff like we always do. We got us a new air fryer, and I got a smaller version of a food processor so that I could process vegetables and stuff when I cut them up, because I do most of the cooking because I'm home all day. Anyway, to make a long story short, once we got everything done, we piled everything in the car and headed back north. Now, I've mentioned on here before that I bought the dash camera that I have for my car, which is a little Kenwood dash camera. I bought it because I had an incident in 2014 where somebody slammed on their brakes in front of me and then claimed that they had been there for 10 seconds and then I just plowed into them. And of course, without a dash cam to back it up, your insurance company automatically concludes that you are at fault. Well, as we're driving along, I'll tell you what, rather than tell you the story, let me show you the story. So we're heading north on I-85, doing about 70 miles an hour, as you can see. 69 is what it says there. And we're just talking about some of the stuff that we've purchased at Costco, and then this happens.
$10 now. Oh, hell. And he's going off. Ain't gonna do no good at this point, Tony.
Now, at this point, I tried to catch up to him to get a license number. As you can see, I'm doing 63, and he is moving fast. So I'm at 70, still moving fast. I get all the way up to 92 miles per hour, and I realize I'm not going to catch him, so we call 911. And here, courtesy of Google Maps, is the location where that happened on I-85. So not only did our good friend here manage to smash my car and peel off a lot of paint off of the driver's side of the car, he proceeded then to rocket forward at about 90 miles an hour so that I could not get his license number. But there was this little thing that he hadn't counted on, which is the fact that I had a dash camera. So I followed him for a little bit, thinking that surely the guy was going to pull over, but he didn't. So we called 911. 911 transferred us to the highway patrol. The highway patrol said, stop following him, pull over. So rather than pull over on a road when it's raining cats and dogs, we decided we would pull off at the exit. And it so happened that he pulled off at that same exit and went to go get gas. We pulled off, we waited for the highway patrolman, and the guy came right back by us. And I'll spare you the uncharitable things that I said right there. The U-Haul didn't show any damage on the side that we were looking at, but on the other side it had to have been damaged based on how badly my car was all marked up. We were pretty upset about what happened. The highway patrolman came out. We went to the same Sunoco station that the driver had gone to get underneath cover so he could look at things and take my information and do a report. And I gave him all the information. I told him where it was, and he said, well, I'm not chasing him. And, I guess I understand that. The long and short of it is he would have had to, because it took him about 20 minutes to get there, he would have had one of those things from Star Wars, one of those speeders to get to where the guy was, not to mention the fact that he could have turned off anywhere, and heaven knows where that was. So the guy said, when you get your dash cam footage, just send it to me and we will try and see if we can find this guy. So I did that, and hopefully we will figure out, who this person is and why they did what they did. And I should mention that one of the neat things that Final Cut Pro allows you to do when you're editing videos is go frame by frame. And the first couple of frames of this license plate were blurry, but then about the third frame, it came into clear focus and we got the license plate number. It's clearly a temporary tag. It's probably a new Mercedes, or at least new to him or her, or whoever owns it. And we got a clear picture of it, and I sent both the video of the crash, which you've seen, and I sent the license tag to the Highway Patrol with the hope that they will identify this person and put them in contact with either me or my insurance company. And I'm going to assume that they have insurance. And I'm going to also assume that what happened was just an accident. They weren't trying to run me off the road, right? They just misjudged. I think the guy forgot that he had a trailer behind him and he clipped my car. That is completely forgivable. That's why people buy insurance, because sometimes people do dumb things. And thankfully, nobody got hurt. I got spun out into the shoulder of the road, but I didn't get hurt. My wife didn't get hurt. And that's the key thing here when you are in that situation, that you don't get hurt. And I was very pleased that that happened. Where I find fault with this person is that they sped off. And they sped off to avoid accountability. I've said on here many times that flight indicates a consciousness of guilt. As the Bible puts it, the guilty flee, but the righteous are as bold as lions. And indeed, that's pretty much what happened here. The guy took off. When I was trying to get a license number, I looked down at my speedometer and I was going 89 miles an hour. So the guy passed us at about 72 miles an hour and sped up to over 90 miles an hour to get away. Again, pretty good evidence of a consciousness of guilt. Now, you may wonder why, when the guy pulled off at the Sunoco station, I didn't go up there and confront him. I'm a concealed carrier. I could have protected myself if I needed to, but the problem, of course, is that if you initiate a confrontation, you are no longer in the right. If he had initiated a confrontation, I would have been okay, but I did not pursue him. I didn't go talk to him. First of all, because the people at the Highway Patrol said, don't do it. Pretty good idea to listen to the Highway Patrol. And second of all, because I could see absolutely no good coming out of that. So the guy drove on, and if my insurance company or the Highway Patrol is able to get the information and do something about it, great. And if not, I have insurance, I'll get the car fixed. I'm not worried too much about that. I am greatly annoyed that we have created an environment in this country where getting away with it is more important than being accountable for it. And that is something that I think we don't spend nearly enough time on with our young ones, and particularly with teenagers. Everybody makes mistakes. For heaven's sakes, that's why they put erasers on the end of pencils. Everybody goofs up. People sometimes forget they're pulling a trailer. Wham, they knock somebody off the road. It happens. That's why you buy insurance. Is it going to cost you money? Yes, it's going to cost you money. You are going to have to probably pay your own deductible, plus your insurance rates are probably going to go up. And yeah, for leaving the scene of an accident, you might very well get fined $500 or $600. I don't know. That's a misdemeanor in Alabama, so it's possible that somebody could get jail time, but unless they're a serial offender, that's not going to happen. So it really, I guess I can understand in some respects why this person did what they did. But again, it's very vexing in that when you try to do the right thing, you seem to come up against people who don't have any idea what the right thing is or know what the right thing to do is. They just refuse to do it. So don't feel sorry for me. I've got insurance. This will get taken care of. Nobody got hurt. That's the key thing. Nobody got hurt. It's property. You can replace property. That's why you buy insurance, like I said. But if you happen to know who this person is, I would really love it if you would let me know. If you happen to have been on I-85 yesterday and you happen to have gotten a good look at this fellow and know who he is, I would love to know that. Once again, I am going to talk about kindness. And one of the things that I try to do every day, is I put a note inside my wife's purse, like this one. And it says, knowing that you are coming home to me at the end of the day is what gets me through the day. And I will tack these up inside her iPad. I will put them inside the refrigerator. Sometimes I'll stick them on her makeup mirror. And they are little notes just to let her know how precious she is to me and how much I depend on her. And I would urge you to do this. Now, my wife saves every one of these things. I don't know why. They are certainly not great works of art, but they make her happy. So I continue to do it. You know, if you are in a relationship and you love somebody, there are days that you have to work at it. There are days that it isn't always easy to love someone. They do things that annoy you or make you angry. But it's very important to stay in the process and remind yourself why you fell in love in the first place, and do nice things for them, even when sometimes they don't do nice things for you. Now, that rarely happens in my case, but if you work at making your life better and making their life better, you will oftentimes find it very easy to avoid divorce court. That's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like, you can catch me down. Let me try that again. And if you would, catch me down here at the beach again next time. If you like this video, here are a few others you might try, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a terrific day, guys.